What's up, guys? It's your boy Sabby. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to my channel, Self Mastery, and welcome to another video. Today's topic, I will be discussing the importance of retaining your sexual energy. This is a topic I have been very passionate about, and I still am. And this practice I have been doing for over 2 years now, and I will be discussing the benefits and power that come from retaining your sexual energy. I think this is something that is crucial to self-mastery and developing yourself on this journey. And this is not the only video I will make on this topic. I will be making more videos correspondingly, but this is a great introduction, and I think you guys will truly enjoy this video, and let's get right into it. So what does it mean to retain your sexual energy? Basically, to put it in a nutshell, you do not ejaculate. Rather, you take the energy within you and you transmute it, or you transform it for a greater purpose, for your life purpose, or just a greater cause. Could be for spiritual reasons, could be for your business, could be for a life goal that you have, could be for anything, but you take that energy that you have within, this life force, this prana, this chi, and you direct that energy for the accomplishment of whatever ideal it is that you are striving for. So we should understand the basics in the sense that this life force that you have, this sexual energy that you have, it is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, forces that you command, that you have at your fingertips, metaphorically speaking. And in today's culture, we waste a lot of this energy through watching pornography, through indulging in this hookup culture, and over sexualizing ourselves so much that we're depleted. And all these practices that I'm talking about, like pornography and the hookup culture, they have been very normalized, especially in this modern era, than they ever were before. And because of that, I would consider this generation, or the past couple of generations, to be some of the weakest generations, not only physically but mentally and spiritually as well. What do I mean by that? So this prana, this sexual energy that we have within us, this is what makes us strong. This is what gives us that vitality. This is what gives us that energy. And if we're wasting it all the time without a purpose, without procreating, without having the goal or the mission of creating offspring or a child, we're literally dissolving this energy for no good reason, rather than a short-term 10 to 15 seconds worth of pleasure. And it's seen as healthy or normal in today's society, but with every cause comes the effect. And so what happens long term is that if you're constantly wasting your seed, or you're constantly ejaculating, or constantly releasing this sexual energy, over time, physically you become weaker, physically you become more fatigued, more lethargic, your body ages faster, you start looking tired, you start feeling tired, and you just don't have that same zest in your body that you could have if you were to retain your energy. Spiritually, you're devoid, right? There's no connection between you and the higher, or the most high. Not saying that it's not possible, but it's a completely different feeling. It's a completely different relationship when you do retain your energy compared to when you do not. This is something that's more experiential rather than factual, in the sense that, I don't have any statistics or data to prove this, but this is something that I personally can say is the truth, at least for my experience and for many others that have done this practice themselves, have spoken to me, I've heard, teachers I've listened to, books I've read, especially the one by Montauk Chia. I'll put that in my link below in the description. But also, overall, you have a stronger sense of intuition when you do retain your sexual energy. And not only that, you just feel more powerful, you feel more magnetic, you feel more radiant, right? You start attracting things to you more rapidly, and your thought power, right? You start seeing the power of your thoughts and how your thoughts are like magnets, and the minute you think of something, bam, it's there in your experience in some shape or form, and then also mentally, retaining your sexual energy makes you smarter, it makes you wittier, it makes you quick on your feet, right? And then you're also more focused, more clear, you have a greater sense of clarity. All that brain fog and just that tiredness to do anything or to even think or talk about anything, all of that is gone, right? And your feelings are so much more elated. You feel elated, you feel more happier, you feel more balanced, your hormones are more balanced. Overall, it's just, the retaining of this energy is some of the greatest, one of the greatest practices that you could ever involve yourself in. So for men, the way that one can retain their sexual energy is to practice something known as semen retention. Especially for men, semen is their vital fluid. It is the fluid that gives life, right? When ejaculated into a woman's vagina, the sperm travels up to the uterus where the egg is, and then obviously you guys know the whole biological process of how a child is made, but that fluid, that seminal fluid, which contains the sperm cells, that is very powerful fluid. It contains technically life within itself. And so for a man to be constantly ejaculating all the time, whether it is, to pornography, or, you're hooking up all the time, or even if you have a girlfriend, and you're constantly ejaculating, you're doing your body more harm than you are doing your body more good. And what I just mentioned previously, you will feel just overall not as strong, not as vital as a man if you're constantly ejaculating. If you're a female, same thing applies. Obviously females don't have, the seminal fluid. They have a completely different set of hormones. I'm not saying that females don't have some testosterone in them, but mostly females have estrogen. But also the same thing applies in the sense that if a female is always ejaculating or coming all the time, whether it is to porn or just she's indulging herself with multiple partners or even one partner, and she's releasing that energy quite often, multiple times a week, so to speak, she too is also losing her chi or prana rather than channeling it to a greater cause. So that's in a nutshell what retaining your sexual energy is. Let's talk about some of the benefits. I've already mentioned a few, but let's talk about at least 3 or 4 that I think are some of the greatest benefits you can get from retaining your sexual energy. Number 1, I want to say that you have more energy. You just have way more energy to do things, to catch up on things that you haven't done in a while, to accomplish your goals, to go forward and to, just focus on your purpose, focus on your mission. Like I also said, that you have greater clarity, you also have greater focus, and you just have this greater ambition, this drive to really get done what you want to get done. Because one, you have all this extra time that you're not, wasting watching porn, or, trying to find somebody to hook up with, or wasting time hooking up with somebody. So now you can direct this time actually to your goals, but also your body just feels more alive. It feels more vigorous in that sense. You also need less sleep when it comes to practicing semen retention or just retaining your sexual energy. You wake up earlier, and you wake up without, grogginess, and you wake up alert, and you wake up ready to go and get the day started. It's just a wonderful feeling that this energy brings. It's something that coffee can't replace, or even some of the most powerful stimulants, cannot even beat this energy, because this energy is sustaining, it's long sustaining. It's not like that kind of energy that you get from, caffeine, where it's a quick burst, but then you have that crash. It's not like that at all. It keeps you up, it keeps you going, it keeps you just very productive, and you don't feel so tired, even though like you can accomplish so much every day, but you feel like an Energizer bunny, in the sense you can keep going and going. So overall, it's just probably the top benefit, I would say, is just the amount of energy that you have throughout your day. And I think that's like one of the biggest benefits that this practice yields. Number two, this is something I think is very important, is respect for your body and respect for yourself. So for men and women, if you're not indulging in too much sex or too much pornography, and you're retaining your sexual energy, naturally you're going to start developing more respect for yourself. You're going to start respecting, number one, your body, in the sense that you won't, as a man or as a woman, you won't be masturbating or jacking off or whatever. You won't be indulging in any of that. So rather, you understand that, hey, this entire act of sex is something that is sacred. It's spiritual, not only physical, but spiritual and mental. And also it's something that's done with the right intention, with a holistic intention. And this understanding this realization comes from practicing and from retaining your sexual energy. Also, if you're indulging in the hookup culture, and you're hooking up with different people every week, every month, you're sort of treating your body like a trash can, so to speak, because you're just letting anybody and everybody access to it, right? It's public. It's for free use in that kind of sense, right? You're just, for that short-term pleasure of ejaculation, you're literally giving your mind, body, soul to these random strangers you don't really know that well, and you're letting them into your most intimate parts. And because of that, deep down, unconsciously, you're losing respect for yourself. Your soul is losing respect for itself, and most of our lust is egoic. It's very based in the ego. As a man, we feel proud of our sexual conquests, and women also, I feel like, there's some sort of egoic intentions behind the lustful nature of our society. But obviously, one thing for sure is that we are losing respect for ourselves. We're not treating ourselves like a holy temple. Rather, we're just treating ourselves like, a drive-through of a fast food restaurant where anybody can come through, rather than a temple where people come, they must be clean, they must be purified to enter, they must take off their shoes, right? They must come in and respect the premises and treat it with love and treat it with, you know, the utmost, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the utmost respect. You know, I think, for lack of a better word, obviously, you know, it's just whenever you enter a temple, you know, you have this level of just, you know, dignity when you walk in, you know, and you walk in with integrity, and you walk in with, you know, knowing that, hey, this is a sacred place, you know, so I must act and behave a certain way. And so metaphorically taken, you know, this can apply to our body. This can apply to who are you letting in, and how are you letting them in? Are they coming in with the right intentions? Are you inviting them in with the right intentions? Are you going to someone with the right intentions? Right? All of this plays a big role in retaining your sexual energy. Rather than treating your body literally like a trash can, you're treating it like a temple. You're treating it with love. You're treating it with respect. And so I do believe that when you practice semen retention, or, you know, when you don't ejaculate without a proper purpose, you start developing more respect for yourself, but also for other people as well, for the opposite sex as well. And then that goes into reason number 3 why I believe that you guys and everybody should retain sexual energy, is because you do develop a healthier sense of respect for the other sex as well. A lot of times today, men view women just as sex objects, you know, something just to hook up with, you know, just another hole that needs to be filled. Excuse my language, but that's literally, you know, what their intentions are. They just think of it like, you know, they just want to get in and get out. You know, they just want to go in for that quick, short-term pleasure and then, you know, just end it. That's it. When you practice, you know, this retention, you understand that the other person too is a soul, is also spirit itself, more than just a body, more than just this carcass, this, you know, just this shell. You realize that there is ghost in the shell, or there is a spirit inside that body, you know, and you treat the other person as a human being rather than just a sex toy, you know. And that's why I believe that, you know, this is something that can only be experienced. Obviously, I'm saying these words and you guys are understanding, but until one doesn't practice retention, one cannot get to that realization of, hey, like, you know, this girl, this woman is also someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's wife, you know. She also must be treated with love and with respect and with kindness and with compassion, as I would want someone to treat my wife or my sister or my mother, rather than just looking at them with lustful eyes and wanting to just, you know, have these dirty and negative intentions. And so I believe that, and I know that retention, you know, changes your whole outlook on just how you view people, you know, and in what way, in what perception you view people. And another benefit, this will probably be the last benefit I will talk about in this video. There is a lot more I can say, because, you know, as you can check out other YouTubers, they talk a lot about semen retention and retaining your sexual energy, and they talk a lot about just, you know, a whole string of benefits, which I encourage you guys to check out, do more research into this, you know. But I'm glad I was able to make a video on this topic and inform you guys, or at least share with my viewers, you know, the importance of this practice. But the last benefit that I believe that semen retention or retaining your sexual energy does is your relationship with the Almighty, and your relationship with just the universe in general. I briefly touched on it earlier in this video, but yes, you do become closer to the Most High. in the sense that your sexual energy is divine energy. It is the life force. It creates life. It brings life forth, and it's that procreative energy. So when you're retaining this, and if you guys are familiar with the law of attraction, there's a chapter in the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill talks about sexual transmutation. The purpose of him saying that or talking about that is so that the reader can understand that practicing sexual transmutation can bring his goals and his desires forth in a stronger way than before, than compared to when he's not retaining or not transmutating his energy. So as you start retaining but then channeling your energy, and I'll make another video on ways you can channel your energy, but for a short quick discussion here, you can channel it through qigong, you can channel it through yoga, you can channel it through these somatic practices, the Reichian practices, and by Reichian I'm talking about Wilhelm Reich, and he has a lot of bioenergetic kind of work. But when you practice these body or somatic exercises to transmute your energy, you can start attracting and manifesting your desires faster. The universe yields to you. You start becoming a more powerful creator, in the sense that you can literally mold and manifest so much faster, because your relationship with the divine is so much more enhanced. You're just more in tune with synchronicities that happen. Carl Jung talks a lot about synchronicities. So synchronicities are not just like spiritual fascination, but synchronicities are this solidified thing. Solidified might not be the right word, because they are very flexible and malleable, but they are this just like this guidepost, these pointers letting you know you're headed in the right direction. Whatever you're thinking is manifesting. Whatever you're focused on is manifesting. It's coming forth, and you're working your way towards it. You're coming closer to what it is you want to achieve and manifest. So yes, when you're retaining, when you're practicing retention, not only are you closer to your source, to your divine energy, but you're also manifesting faster. You're also manifesting more. You're also just more in alignment with the way that the laws of nature work. We can talk about quantum physics somehow, some way, it's just you're more in alignment with all of that. And then again, do I have any data or statistical, evidence to prove all of this? I do not. But this is something that I have learned from my experience, from my own practice, from my own understanding, from my own realizations, and I'm sharing this forth with you. Same thing, does anybody have evidence scientifically for source energy or God, quote unquote? We do not, but yet we still believe deep down that there's this force, there's this power that is the creative power of not only this universe, but many other universes, right? Science talks a lot about the multiverse. So in the same aspect, same thing about this. It's something that you have to practice. It's something that you get faith in once you practice the act of retention. But then again, I will be making more videos about this, talking about other benefits, because there are so many other benefits, like increased confidence, less depression, less anxiety, more happiness, balanced hormone levels, and the list goes on. But obviously the video will be too long, and I want to keep it a little bit shorter for my viewers. But thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode. Do more research on this topic. Like I've said before, I've barely scratched the surface. Semen retention, retaining your sexual energy, is a practice of antiquity. It's been done for thousands of years by different cultures all around the world for various reasons, whether it's spiritual reasons or for physical prowess or for mental clarity and advancement. Many geniuses like Nikola Tesla, Isaac Newton, and a few others, especially like athletes like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali used to practice this as well before their big fights. But then again, you know, this video will be too long, so I will talk about this later on for sure. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, but I will talk to you guys very shortly. Subscribe to my channel for all new videos to stay updated. But much love, many blessings. Take care. Thank you.